What on earth is Keir Starmer thinking? Just when it seemed the Labour Party couldn't sink any lower, Starmer opens his mouth and suddenly sounds like a cross between Nigel Farage and Enoch Powell. This wasn't a subtle hint or a coded message. It was a loud, unmistakable alarm bell screaming fear. The message! Foreigners are swarming in, jobs in the English language are under threat, and Britain's future is bleak. Unsurprisingly, Labour MPs are furious behind closed doors. The party is tearing itself apart over Starmer's shocking pivot to the far right on immigration. This isn't a mere policy adjustment. It's a betrayal of Labour's core values, a slap in the face to British decency, and a broken promise to voters who believed they were supporting a compassionate alternative, not a scared version of Tory hardline politics. Starmer's tough immigration stance, born in political panic rather than principle, has sparked outrage within Labour's ranks. What started as whispers in Westminster have turned into open rebellion. Backbenchers, ministers, and party strategists alike are baffled, asking, what exactly is he playing at? The rhetoric wasn't just harsh, it was borderline hysterical. Starmer painted a dystopian future where Britain is flooded with migrants, English disappears from the streets, and social cohesion is shattered. All this from the man who once promised moderation, unity, and a break from fear-mongering politics. But make no mistake, this is not leadership. It's desperation. Starmer is reacting to the threat from Reform UK by chasing the votes of bigots and xenophobes, turning his back on the very people who have long contributed to Britain's society, those who staff hospitals, care for the elderly, and keep the economy running. And then, to add insult to injury, Starmer jets off to Albania. Yes, Albania, posing for photos as if a symbolic trip and a few drones can fix the decade-long European immigration crisis. It's political theater, pure and simple. Starmer parrots tired slogans about smashing gangs, protecting British shores, and defending borders. Haven't we heard it all before from Theresa May, Suella Braverman, and even Rishi Sunak? Here's the reality check. The dramatic 95% drop in Albanian small boat crossings was largely due to Tory policies already in place. Starmer is merely hitching a ride on their success and claiming credit. No wonder Tory MPs mocked the trip as a stunt. But this isn't just a political show. It's a betrayal with serious consequences. Starmer's crackdown on both legal and illegal migration threatens industries already struggling to survive, like social care. Migrant workers are essential in these sectors. Without them, many would collapse. But Starmer seems indifferent, feeding the far-right frenzy instead. The irony? This hardline immigration stance likely won't even win over Reform UK voters. They crave far more extreme nationalist rhetoric, wolves in the Channel and gunships, not vague promises. So why is Starmer doubling down on this approach? It certainly isn't backed by economic data. The ONS and IMF warn growth is stalling, businesses desperately need workers, and the Bank of England calls the current boom artificial and temporary, fueled by companies rushing to avoid looming tariffs and tax hikes. And now, Starmer is cutting off the one source of labor that could keep some industries afloat, so if it's not economics, not morality, not even sound politics, what is driving Starmer? Plain panic. His once comfortable lead in the polls is shrinking. Labour's narrative is slipping away. Instead of pursuing bold, progressive reforms, Starmer retreats into fear and dogma, and his own MPs are furious. Several senior Labour figures privately call this immigration stance a disaster, and one says, "We're becoming unrecognizable." Another warns, "They're handing reform an open goal and alienating our base." Even Starmer's inner circle is losing faith. The tension and cracks within the party are becoming impossible to hide. If this continues, Labour's fragile public goodwill will evaporate, and internal conflict will spill into the open. Then there's the glaring hypocrisy. Starmer talks tough on protecting British shores while quietly brokering defense deals with the EU behind the scenes, gearing up for a summit aimed at resetting relations. Which is it? Fortress Britain or Global Britain? Nationalism or European partnership? You can't have both. Meanwhile, Rachel Reeves is front and center, smiling proudly as she declares a turning point, a national victory, boasting that the UK is growing faster than the US, France, and Germany. But beneath the surface, the reality tells a different story. This so-called boom is fake, manufactured, a brief sugar rush before the inevitable storm. The Office for National Statistics claims a 0.7% growth in Q1 2025, the best among the G7. But was this truly success? Analysts say it was panic-induced. Firms ramped up production.